Hi, it's your girl Leanne, aka Lola, which is an acronym that stands for Laugh Often, Love Always. I'm your goddess guide to deep inner wisdom and deep soul transformation, and that's the Buddha and the butterfly. Good day to you all. This is a reading for the week of Monday the 3rd to Sunday the 9th. Today is Sunday. I recorded Sunday, so happy first day of Hanukkah. Hanukkah began today, so we are in this wonderful energy of celebration. The 21st is coming up, first day of winter. So we are really entering into that time of coldness. So I'd love to see, what the cards have for us today and have in store for us. And excitingly, I've been doing these readings at different times of the day, trying to figure out the best time to do the reading. I'm not sure yet. It hasn't really come. So we'll knock the cards. A little bit of agua de flor. We'll spray a little bit of that. Always brought to you by Agua de Flor. Spray a little bit on my crystal ball. You get some good energy, good reading. Ask the angels to come forward. And as we shuffle the deck and ask such a general card read for the week for all of us that come to this viewing, we'll take that one. All of us that come to this viewing, and we'll see what we need to know, see what the cards have in store for us, and we'll ask the angels and all the ascended masters if they have anything to share with us this week that will help to clarify the path that we must take in order to create the life that we wish to live. So I'm gratefully doing these videos. There's such gratitude in these videos because these videos are for much more for me than they are for you. Whoa. And beginning of the week already coming out. It feels wonderful to be able to share my thoughts and my journey and my feeling with you guys when it comes to calling forth the spirit and working with the energies of the angels. Whoa. It's like 75 cards want to come out. So we'll work nicely with the energy. We'll ask if they can be not so excited for this week. So interesting. I love that. That dropped out. It's very interesting. I've been watching the calendar and like different signs that we are coming into. And I wrote all this information on the calendar. And the calendar vibrated out of my awareness. I find that to be so interesting when things leave. So maybe it must have not been an important part of what moon we were in. Just maybe the full new moons are most important, of what we're trying to create. And the daily moons are not as important as we go through the week. But it's interesting to take that aspect of the moon and where we're at and see what it gives us, what it can gift to us, as we move into the energy. So my calendar vibrated out of my awareness, along with, we'll take that one because it made a nice sound, along with all the stuff that I had written. So it's very interesting. I love when when Spirit decides that it's going to tell me things because it has its own way of speaking. That it's maybe sometimes we want to try to take that square peg into a round hole, and that's not really what it has for us in store. It just really wants us to work in a fluid kind of nature, which I believe as a Gemini, I'm very fluid. And then there's the times that I want to really be organized and non-fluid so that I could understand the process a little bit better and I could honor that process within me a little bit better. So it's pretty interesting, Is there anything else you need to tell us, angels? Jesus, anything else that you want to share with us? I decided they were not for us. This is like 20 of them. So they're sticking together now. Anything else? We'll take one more shuffle and see if there's anything else that they need to tell us. I love sharing and just coming with you guys and talking with you and seeing what we have in store for our week. Okay. I don't want this video to go too long. That's the last one. Problem solving. Okay. We'll take that as our last card. Wonderful, Rob the Crystal Ball. See if we would get problem solving came out last. Love that. So this week we are going into some resolution. So this week is about resolution. Let's see what it started out with. Travel, journey, path, and location. Okay. So this is about some resolution in your journey. There's going to be some clarity in what you're doing in this path that you've chosen. Maybe clarity on what the path is, how you serve, how you show up. Maybe there's clarity on that. And this also, whenever I see the travel card, this means that there has to be some movement from you in order to really get what it is you're looking for. So, that's hilarious. Put the card back and it came out. Anyway. So, I love it. This is the third card that came out, reaching for your dreams. Reaching for your dreams. So go for it. Whatever it is that you're thinking that you can achieve, that you're thinking this week is the week to go for it. It is to step out on that, on this daringness, on your step out in faith and to go for it. Well, boom. Evolution, information, and potentiality. The High Council is watching. So that means that there's this big evolution coming forward for you in this week. You will see the change. You'll see this resolution and evolution in something that you've been working on and germinating. So some of these seeds that you're sowing, you'll see an outcropping. You'll see the resolution coming forward. The puzzle pieces will start to fit together in a way that makes sense to you. And you'll start to fit those puzzle pieces together in your path and in your journey. You'll fit those pieces together. And the wonderful thing is that, you know, the higher council, the ancestors are always watching. They're saying, go for it. You can do it. They're behind you. The angels are behind you. God is behind you. Go for it. That's what it's saying. And then this potential, this high council, this when I see this card too, it makes me think of this, I call it the collective consciousness, but when I see it, it looks like I'm in the stars, and each star starts to connect to each star, and it makes a highway almost, this higher consciousness. And the High Council, every time this card comes up, I see that vision in my head. And it's this like information, like I can go into this High Council, I can go into this collective consciousness, I can reach for these things that I have in my dreams, and I can get them. And it will give the clarity to my path and put the pieces together and help me to really be clear. So it's interesting when that High Council card comes up. I love, love, love. New moon, waxing moon, conception, inner self, and expansion. We've gotten this card, I want to say 2 times now. This might have been in our last reading, new moon, or the reading before, waxing moon. Something is happening with this moon system. Something is happening with our third eye and our awareness. Something is moving in that space. Inner self, there's just this growth and expansion in the inner self. There's this beautiful, evolution and potential of the inner self that is expressing and expanding, okay? And the conception of new ideas and the sowing of seeds are really coming to this beautiful resolution. You're going to see some resolutions, and things might end really quickly in this week that you were working on and be like, oh, there's the end of it. I can see the end of that path really clear. I can see that I have to do this step, which is the journey, the travel, to get to that end, and it'll just become clear, which is wonderful. Unicorn, innocence, trust, and honesty. We got this 2 weeks ago. I want to say 2 weeks ago, yeah. Unicorn, and I love this, that there's this innocence, but you have to trust that inner knowing, because that inner knowing is your guidepost, is your signpost, it is your path. It is the lights on the path. It's the lights on the car. That's what I'm seeing, lights on a car. So that inner knowing, trust that inner knowing, and trust that the High Council, is watching, and that you have this help. You have a lot of help. You're not alone in this journey, ever. There's always someone that is there for you, physical or non-physical. Someone is there. In this, you can be reaching for your dreams, and somebody is there rooting for it. So go for it. You have passed on loved ones that are rooting for that. So it's beautiful. This is an inner self. The expansion of the inner self is an interesting thing, because it's a rite of passage, mugwort. And it's funny because this was one of the cards, and was the bottom card on that group of cards that got stuck, and it said too many cards for me to pull. I'm going to put it back. Mugwort came out. It was the only one I saw. It was the bottom card. And mugwort, it's the rites of passage. And if you look at this, this is beautiful. It has a little elemental or a little angel watching behind the foliage. There's always people watching to take care of you. And what that for me says is that that I'm not alone, and I have these angels watching over me, and I have the people protecting me. I have this high council. This is another confirmation that the high council, that the spiritual world is in my corner, and that I can definitely, reach for my dreams. It's not just in the dream realm, but also in the waking realm. Because if I trust in this path, my majestic path, because if you look at this unicorn, there's this majestic quality to this unicorn. And this unicorn is beautifully majestic. And if you look at that, you see that there's this quality, this majestic quality, but trusting in that lets me know that I'm on the path and the journey. And that if I look at the right ways of putting all the pieces together, and the pieces are put together correctly, then my inner expansion is totally going to happen. So it's literally putting the pieces together, trusting that, and having that innocence to trust, but also understanding that trusting that within feeling is really what's going to get me to where I need to be. So let's take a look at some soul journey cards and get a couple of clarity cards. Just because you guys know I love the soul journey cards, we're going to spray it out. A little aqua de flor. Ooh, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. My energy is a little bit interesting today, but it's been a good day all the way around. So a little clarity from the soul journey cards, just to really figure out if there's anything we need. We need clarity on the innocence card. We need to understand that. A little clarity. You guys are already sticking, so I know you're going to be jumping any minute now. It's wonderful. We're coming out of this. The new moon and the full moon in Gemini was pretty interesting, and it whacked everybody a little tiny bit. And now we're in this space of like creation and hibernation or something, which I find to be really beautiful, because I got so much done in this last couple, like since the new moon and the full moon in Gemini, I got so much done. So it's like, and maybe it's because I'm a Gemini that I was affected in that way. And it wasn't a two-faced energy. It wasn't like, whoa, there they go. But it was like that was such a good energy for me. So what do we got? Gratitude and denial. Okay. So we have I love the denial card. I acknowledge my fears, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. I acknowledge my fears, but I replace it with an insight of awareness. And denial is not just a river that runs deep. Denial is this awareness, and it's almost like the energy is in the wrong space. If you deny something, you're not cultivating and co-creating. So I love that it says that I acknowledge my fear instead of denying my fear, because it's using fear as an example. But I replace it with the insight of awareness. And so we don't have to deny any energy that we're feeling. We just have to be aware of it. Replace it with the insight of awareness. If you are feeling lost on your path, if you're feeling like these things are floating around and that they're in your head and they're not making sense, don't be fearful of it. Be aware that you feel confused. And then instead of taking your awareness, the insight, but replace it with the awareness that you want clarity, so that you understand confusion. The opposite of confusion is clarity. The opposite of fear is safety. So really be clear about what it is you're asking for, so that you can have that awareness there, because co-creation is energetic. It's currency. It's your current. And if your currency is off and your energy is off, then the currency you get back will not be reciprocated, and the reciprocity will not be equal to. So it's really important that when you're aware of the energy, you don't want to be, you just energy creating bullshit. You don't want to do that. So, and then it's wonderful that gratitude came out. Wonderful card, gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents me. Well, hello. You should be, because you're grabbing for your dreams. Wait a minute, is that the card that fell? Yes, it is. because we're reaching for our dreams, so we should have gratitude. If we can't do this without this, you can't be trying to manifest dreams without the gratitude. You can't be connected to high council without gratitude. You can't understand the rites of passage without the gratitude of going through the process. Gratitude helps you to see, and it really comes back to this, replacing the insights of awareness. It helps you to see the things that you don't want, so that you know what you do want. So when you start to list the things you're grateful for, it says, I have gone through this process and I, don't want an abusive boyfriend anymore. So what I really want is a man who will love me and take care of me and protect me, not hurt me. So when you start to, we take the not hurt out too, we just leave that to be, because that comes from a different space. So I want a man who will love me and profess love to me and protect me. Well, that's what we're going to be grateful for. The person that will show up for that, and that's where we really trust and honestly, because it says honesty, trust, and innocence, honestly tell ourselves when we're in this space of denial, when we are acknowledging the fear, but not the awareness, and not replacing with the awareness of the fear, and we're just acting from it. So we have to really have that trust and that honesty with ourselves, so that as we go into that inner space, and that conception and that expansion, that we're on the right path and the right journey, and that we're really going where we need to be, so that we can correct the problems and solve the problems. Love, love, love that. Let's see the time. 6. I don't know how many minutes we're at. Okay, we'll go into one. Seeds of Shakti cards, because I really love these cards. Oh, so much. These cards are beautiful. And how I work my deck is I don't look at it ever. I let the deck give me the card that I need. It could take me years to get through a deck to actually see all the cards. I don't read the deck to see what's in it. I don't look through the cards and examine them. I allow them to express themselves in the time that the angels and Jesus and my ascended masters and my guides want me to see it. So I find that to be the best way for me to really love and appreciate a deck. Now, when it comes to tarot, as I learn tarot, I know I have to really actually do work and study on those cards. I have the Miss Cleo tarot card deck, which I really love. Oop, there's a Cedar Sakti card. And that deck, to me, I haven't really gone through that deck either. I sort of went through the traditional Rider-Waite deck and started to understand those cards, with the 4 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles with me. But I'm really letting that kind of express itself too. So, Muladhara. Breathe in, anchor your soul. The Muladhara is the root chakra, okay? So this is all about the roots, the Muladhara. It's all about money, it's all about creation, it's all about being grounded in the space where we are safe. So this is like financial Muladhara. It says Mula in the name. So you know that the root chakra is all about money and work and work ethic and creating from that space of work. So it says breathe in and anchor your soul. So making sure that we anchor down into this space so that we can really reach for the dreams. Okay? And understanding that we have so much people working for us and working with us. The High Council, the angels, the elementals, the mugwort. We have the High Council, we have mugwort, we have the elementals. We have so many people that are really helping us to have that self-awareness, to really be in that inner self, and that they're helping us on our path and our journey, and that no problem is too big because we have extra help and support, so we're good, and we're trusting, and we're honest with ourselves. We're not living in this fearful denial, but we're actually bringing awareness to that, and we're living in a state of gratitude so that we can be rooted down deep. We can breathe into that and root our soul and anchor our soul. So, wonderful. That's our reading for today. I'm your girl Leanne, aka Lola. Laugh off and love always. I love you, rockers and rockettes. Saying thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and share me with a friend, because I'm super shareable. And again, this is your girl Leanne. Stop by next week for your love. I don't even know if this is angel card reading. Your soul reading. Bye, and see you soon.